Absolutely. Also, a new season of Dr. Oz that begins today with a very personal story. Dr. Oz revealing his mom's shocking Alzheimer's diagnosis and is talking about the warning signs that he fears that he may have missed. Joining us live now via satellite this morning is Dr. Oz himself. Good morning, Dr. Oz. Thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate you.
Danielle, good morning. It was very trying for my family and me trying to figure out what was going on with my mom. But we're not alone. There's 6 million Americans with Alzheimer's, 16 million of us taking care of those loved ones. And I tell you, the guilt that I feel, I'm sure, shared by many who missed the diagnosis.
Well, you know, is the guilt because you're a doctor and there may have been some warning signs that you think you missed? Or what is the guilt from?
Danielle, I talk about Alzheimer's on my own show. I certainly should know the signs, but the wake-up call here is that it's a chameleon. You know, this is a real problem. It sneaks up on us.
They were married 60 years. He couldn't deal with the possibility that the woman he loved had Alzheimer's.
Could you deal with the possibility?
I was listening to a little bit of the show there, Dr. Oz, as I hear you talking about it. I know that show does air today. And one of the things that I find so interesting about this is you actually went to find out what your own Alzheimer's risk is.
I did, and I encourage everyone who can hear my voice to do the same. It's probably the most genetic of the major ailments we fear. Alzheimer's, by the way, being the #1 disease we fear in America right now. And I have one of my mom's genes. And so I'm predisposed to it. But I'm not alone. 1 in 4 of us, a quarter of the U.S. population, has a genetic profile like mine. So you can make a difference. I think if you're a mom having a baby, think that child in your belly, you can influence the chance of them getting Alzheimer's by how they grew up learning how to take care of themselves. I'll give you one good example. The bigger your belly, the smaller your brain. So people walking around worrying their belly might be causing them diabetes or high blood pressure or cholesterol. But it's not just that. It affects your brain in very profound ways.
I want to ask you this without getting too technical, but when you say you have one of your mom's genes, what does that mean, Dr. Oz, in terms of you possibly developing Alzheimer's down the road? What is that risk for you?
It's several times more than the average person. And there are 2 genes that control Alzheimer's. My mom happens to have both of them, which makes her chance of getting Alzheimer's 10 times more than normal. But again, because she had a reasonable lifestyle, she was able to delay it until she's in her 80s. In my case, it's about half the incidence of my mom getting it, but it's still a lot more than the average person. But even someone with no genes for Alzheimer's can still get Alzheimer's by not taking care of themselves. That's why we have so much control over our destiny. And it's not about waiting for a magic cure, a pill to give when you already got the Alzheimer's. That's why I messed up by not diagnosing my mom in time. I could have been tighter on the way that I was trying to prevent the ailment if I knew it was happening. But here's the damage in America. We tell the worst lies to people that we care for, including ourselves. And if you're not honest with yourself, which means knowing what to do and then doing it, you'll miss the clues. And my dad, who denied it completely, my sisters, each of us saw different sides of her Alzheimer's symptoms. We never put them all together. No one wanted to be the first to say, hey, something's wrong with mom. What do you think's going on?
Oh, what a fascinating thing. And you actually make me think about my own parents in terms of maybe some behaviors that I've noticed in my dad in particular. Now you've got me thinking about maybe making sure that we look better after him in terms of this and some other things as well. So Dr. Oz, this is why we appreciate you, because you really make us think. And we so appreciate you joining us this morning as well and giving us some great advice about this. Thank you. We look forward to seeing your show as well.
Thanks, Danielle. Loved everyone in Orlando.
Thank you so much.